My boyfriend, M28, is really mad at me, F23, because I don't want kids. What do I do? Hi all. This all started a few days ago when my boyfriend was complaining about a baby who was crying his entire journey home. I replied something like, luckily we won't have to deal with that because I am not having kids. I did mention this early in our relationship, but I suppose he didn't pay much attention then because we were younger. He said he didn't want kids right now but did in the future. He asked me what my reasons were for not wanting to have kids. I told him about how I am scared of childbirth and have this anxiety I wouldn't survive it, and I am scared of the weight gain that comes with, after pregnancy, as I have an eating disorder, suffer with body image, and simply I just don't have that feeling of wanting to have children. He said I was the most selfish person he has ever met and couldn't believe I was refusing to give him children one day because I didn't want to get fat. He hasn't been talking to me since then. He's avoiding me, giving me the silent treatment and even sleeping in the guest room. He has never reacted like this or been this angry at me in our 2.5 years together, so I know I have really upset him. I have apologized a million times. I tried cooking him his favorite dinner to get him to talk to me, but he just refused to eat it, and he even turned me down when I tried to initiate sex and said, "What's the point if you don't want babies?" I asked if we could just put it behind us and discuss it when the time comes. He himself said he didn't want kids yet, so I don't know why he is so angry at me right now. I just really love him and really want to move past this. Correction, he's your ex-boyfriend. Kids are a non-negotiable thing, dude. He wants kids, you don't. It's over. Done. You're done. There's nothing past this. Kids are not negotiable. Break up because kids are non-negotiable. Also, I laughed that he called you selfish because you won't give him kids. I don't understand your post. If you didn't want kids, why are you dating one? 1. Kids are a non-negotiable either way. Neither of you is wrong for your preference, but you're not compatible. 2. Even if you did want kids, you should never have them with him. The way he reacted to you, even though you'd always been honest with him, shows that he doesn't have the empathy to be a good co-parent. 3. Stop apologizing. Start focusing on why you're willing to let yourself be treated like this. It's not something you move past. It's something you pay attention to now and realize you're incompatible if you do not share a key life plan. He should have listened early on and not be behaving as he is. You need to stop apologizing and trying to make up for something wrong. You did nothing wrong. I need advice. Mike, 34F, identical twin sister, 34F, upset that I'm pregnant. What can I do? I need advice. I told my twin sister that I was pregnant, first time, I'm 13 weeks, and she first said congratulations and that it was exciting news. The next day she sent me a giant text saying that I haven't been communicating to her, that if I don't want to see her or want space I can just say, and that she feels really unimportant and hurt. I replied that she is still very important to me. I'm sorry she is hurt, but that she is a big part of my life and nothing will change. I assumed she was feeling insecure or threatened. She then sent me another long, angry message about how I don't communicate, I don't want to see her apparently or visit, I'm choosing not to tolerate her or include her, and she can't do anything unless I change how I behave. A few things for context. We live in different states. Our own mother left us when we were 14, our parents had us when they were 20 years old, and my dad was not around much. She has a heightened sense of rejection and a huge fear of abandonment and some really unhealthy patterns. She has been festering on this and warped all these events and weaved them together to make it some story about how I am horrible and haven't been treating her properly. She complained that she attended my wedding and helped my now husband pick out a ring, and this is how I'm treating her. It makes zero sense. She is saying I am excluding her, but literally complaining about times she has been included? We have been communicating, probably less than usual because I usually am responsible for initiating most of our contact, and I have been less proactive lately because I have been dealing with my own feelings. I don't know what to do. I want to shut this down because these back and forth via messenger are hurtful and just feeds her pattern. I truly feel there's nothing I can say to make her feel better, and I just have to let her process this and write it out. It's really hurtful to me though. I have done nothing wrong in my own opinion, and she said it has nothing to do with the pregnancy, yet she blew up the day after I told her. She is being so irrational and unreasonable from my end, and it hurts that this is how she has chosen to react. I'm so sick of her treating me like garbage when she wants to, and I'm sick of having to be the parent in this relationship. She has not once voiced concerns about the frequency of my communication with her over the last month or so, or asked if anything's going or comment that I seem quiet, etc. I don't know what to do here. I feel like I can't win and she just wants to be angry and view me like this. Does anyone have any suggestions for what I can say, or has anyone been through something similar with a sibling, relative? Also to add, I found out at 8 weeks. I had a really stressful month prior because my mother-in-law passed unexpectedly, and it was just really hard on my husband who loved her very much. So the timing of the news was hard to process. My sister knew about my mill. I think I knew deep down she wasn't going to just be happy for me, and I needed to process my own feelings and circumstances before I dealt with hers. Just to add in response to a few comments, this is not the first time she has blown up. And it's not just me. She has this pattern with me and whoever she is in a relationship with. It was really bad with her last partner for 7 years, and every visit I have made to her there has been similar incidents with her current boyfriend. E.g., her boyfriend said their mutual friend has a date with someone, and she asked who, and he said this cute girl from rock climbing, and she lost it. She was so angry and said if her prefers girls at rock climbing then he should be with them, etc. It made no sense. They had the fight in the Uber and I was unfortunately in the middle seat between them. This is one small example, but I could see from her boyfriend response her patterns have continued. To be clear, I love my sister. When she broke up with her boyfriend of 7 years, we saw each other about 8 times that year because I know she needed the support. She stayed with me and my husband for several long weekends and holidays, and I always made sure we were spending tons of one-to-one time together and doing things she enjoyed. I knew that she was not going to have a normal response to my pregnancy, and I'm sad she is reacting in a way that is stressing me out so much. Info. Is she married, in a relationship, and does she have children? Please look into borderline personality disorder. Best of luck to you. As a twin myself, with many twin friends, I've seen similar freakouts in twin dynamics. And even with close female siblings. And that's all I have to say, because I've always been friends with the adult, behaving twin or sister, such as yourself. I've never seen any of them be able to do anything to change the irrationality of their sisters, despite having seen them try different tactics. In the end, the whining, ungrounded person is the only one who can alter their own behavior. Please update us. Twin dynamics are hard. Wishing you the best. Congratulations on your pregnancy. You can shut it down. Tell her if she sends another rude message you will stop talking to her because you are not her mommy and she needs to grow up. Stop placating her. Her feelings are on her. As a twin myself, the jealousy of seeing the other succeed or advance in life when their own hasn't moved forward can sometimes create negative feelings. Yeah, it hurts when you can't share your happiness with them, but you don't need to let their negative feelings diminish your goals and accomplishment. I just let things go and do makes me happy. Your sister needs a therapist. Suggest it lovingly. You're lashing out at me lately and I know it's because of big life changes and childhood trauma. I love you. I want you to be auntie. But I'm worried about you and your mental health. Please see a therapist regularly so we can have a close sisterhood again. My husband, 37 male, has mentioned replacing me, 32F, during arguments several times. How to proceed? My husband and I have been together for 13 years, married for 10, and have 3 children together. The last few years, pretty much since after the birth of our last baby, we have been going through a rough stretch in our relationship due to a bunch of reasons. I've been believing we could eventually overcome this together. But recently he has started mentioning basically replacing me during arguments. I don't know how I can best describe it. So for example, I mentioned that he was getting too close to another woman and he defended it saying something like, "Yeah, I know that was stupid, but I feel like our relationship is not okay and you might leave me, so I decided to keep her around." Another example, we were discussing, arguing about childcare and household-related tasks, and he says something like, "You're so difficult expecting me to do all these things. I bet if I get another woman from XXX, rural area, she'll be able to handle it by herself." Or even at some point he said something like, "Why do you have to argue so much? Do you want us to divorce and our children be raised by a stepmother?" Even if he's trying to be positive, he has said lines like, "Let's improve our relationship and be happy together again. I want to stay with you. I couldn't find another woman who is as hardworking as you, especially now since we already have 3 children. It makes me feel like I'm just a replaceable commodity for him. As if my only value is being the mother of his children and the labor and income I provide for our family. Though I know that's not how we were when our relationship started. I've already tried discussing this with him and asking him to stop bringing up replacing me, other women, but he sees nothing wrong with it. He agrees that he will look for another wife, partner if we are not together anymore and sees that it is normal. Which I can even agree with, if that's something important to him. But I wish he'd just focus on me for now. Any ideas how I can proceed from here? We already tried couples counseling briefly, but stopped cause he felt like it's a waste of money. Too long did not read. My husband, 37 male, has mentioned replacing me, 32F, during arguments several times. It makes me feel like I'm not important to him as a person and makes me want to end the relationship. How to proceed? How to proceed? Show him how easily he is replaced. And I don't mean a new man, lol, just get your kids and stuff and leave this, man. My husband did this to me twice. First times he got the shocked response he was looking for, Third fight, I told him he might be right. Maybe we were growing apart and divorce might be the next step for us. That fight was 3 years ago and he hasn't done it again. It's a power play to get you to comply and do the things he wants you to do. More house chores, more freedom for him, sex acts, etc. If you are the one saying it, the words lose their power, but be warned. It might actually lead to divorce if he's serious. Does he know how little he is actually worth on the market? Have a search on Reddit about how many men end up regretting trying to find a new woman or opening their relationships. 90% end badly, wishing they had pulled their heads in and not been an idiot. I'd suggest that he has been going down the manosphere track online, and his views of women and his role in the relationship have changed. That's not something you want for yourself or your kids. Make it clear that you are not afraid of being alone because that's what he wants from you. He wants you afraid he'll leave you so he can start treating you worse and worse until you are a shell. Let him go find better. Even with no one else, you'll be better off not having to look after him. He isn't engaged in your marriage. You are not a wife but employee, childminder, housekeeper and beast of burden. Arrange therapy for yourself to help you restore your self-esteem and set boundaries. Ask yourself if this is what you want for the next 5, 10, 15 years, and more importantly, is this what you want your children to think a healthy relationship is like? Sure, say fine. Bet the kids will love their new stepdad as much as their new stepmom. He is easily replaced too, you know. Dish it out. If he can, so can you. See how you like it. How sure are you that he isn't having an affair? An emotional affair, at least, with that woman you are concerned about? In his mind he has replaced you, and when angry he spits out how he feels. My F33 boyfriend, M47, thought I died at the spa. How do I deal with his anxiety? My boyfriend and I have been together for 2 years, living together for 6 months. I didn't answer his texts at the spa and he called to see if I was there. That's fine, but then he was standing by my car when I went into the parking lot. We talked on the phone, but he didn't tell me he had driven to the spa. He was very upset and blaming me for his anxiety. I had told him I'd be resting there for a bit after my massage. It was less than an hour after that text that I came out of the spa. I tried to hold space for him until he kept blaming me for his anxiety. I don't understand what he thought happened to me at the spa. I don't understand why he didn't call the spa before he drove 40 minutes. I don't understand why he didn't regulate his feelings after the front desk told him I was alive. I felt confused and a little scared and mad to find him in the parking lot all upset. We both had a tough week and were in desperate need of relaxation. I bought him a massage for tonight somewhere closer to our house as a gift because he's also been in physical pain. He skipped it and has to go to work under-resourced tomorrow. I sometimes feel like I'm suffocating under his anxiety. I also have a violent past and can get triggered by his strong emotions. We fought all night and I am confused and mad. This isn't something you should or can deal with. He needs to deal with his own anxieties. This is not a normal reaction to your partner not answering their phone. Tell him to seek help. Is he seeking treatment for anxiety or is he just using that as a reason to control you? Yeah, that probably isn't as innocent as he's trying to spin it. Sounds like very controlling behavior and trust issues. Wanna bet that's why he's dating someone 14 years younger? He needs therapy badly. Location flag. This is a red flag. Is he controlling in other areas? Constantly have to know where you are and who you're talking to. Because he sounds like someone who has enough therapy speak to use it to be manipulative and controlling. He can dub it anxiety and then make it your problem. He knew where you were. It had been less than an hour. The front desk said you were okay. I want to be very clear, this is not normal behavior. This sounds like controlling, abuse ramp up now that you're living together. You don't help with that. It's a him issue, and it's about control. That plus the age gap. Honey, break up before it gets worse.